Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Albion TV. It is Saturday night and it's time for the Crystal League penultimate show. I am stood here next to Variset from the guild Skuzkabel, the pro kneebender. New guild, not heard a lot from them before, but I thought I would check them out as apparently they do have some level 8 tokens. The black market is rammed, the energy manipulator is rammed, but the real show is the teams here in the... Well, there's one more after this chance to qualify for those level 8s. We did get some new teams during the last rotation. Bob Freeze and the boys got in there with a no-show, actually, at level 7. Got quite lucky there, but they will be taking part in tomorrow's level 8s. Zahi and his guys. Lutar is here. I see a lot of familiar names logged on. And it all builds up to tomorrow's final show for those level 8 and 9 matches. The big points, the big money, and the opportunity for nobody to leapfrog it because the drama, the intrigue, it all got shut down at the last minute.
I was so looking forward to this Lewpac. It looked like it was going to be last-second drama. Could these guys win enough or buy enough teams to win first place? Or first place? I don't know. I was excited, but now we know it's not happening.
Well, the thing is,
Mojo said no.
They were lining up for something, right? But then they actually started putting in huge work as well, right? They started taking castles, raiding mages, and they did a huge amount of points on their own. Like, Black Order were looking at second a lot of the season. And now they were close to getting leapfrogged by Hammer and Sickle, who went from a whopping, they went from 80k to 200k in the final 2 weeks of the season or something. They did some wild stuff to get Crystal. But tomorrow as well, there is a chance for, Fine Lorder, maybe Rack as well. I know Rack have some teams to potentially just jump straight to Crystal with a fantastic final day showing. So it's a big day for both of those guilds. It won't decide the season now, though, because as we said, the master plan of buying up a big chunk of the level 8 teams, offering them fancy gear, silver, women, and personal access to Shozen in a candlelit dinner.
What?
It's okay. You don't have to do it now, Shozen. It's fine.
Okay.
It's been overthrown. But yeah, I mean, I did say at the start when we saw those point values that the season could be decided on the last day, and it nearly was, or it nearly had the opportunity to be, rather. There's nothing in life is guaranteed except for death and taxes and Albion silver sinks.
Yeah, they are getting more sinky real soon, aren't they, Lewpac?
Yeah, they're going to be adding some durability damage for bigger fights and Zergy ganks. So it's a nice drain, especially repairing that Gucci gear if you find it.
Yeah, but I feel like this is a silver sink aimed at the highest level players most of all. The people who win all that Gucci gear, because you have to win in order to get hit by this. If you lose, Yeah,
I mean, let's not forget. You're repairing loot. You're repairing stuff which has value as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you've got to pay to repair for nothing. Like if your guild demands all loot is donated, then donate it unrepaired. If the loot is yours to keep, then repair it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is hard stuff to follow here. So what you're saying is if it's yours, repair it. If not, give it to the guild still broken, make them pay for it. Okay.
I mean, some guilds donate their ZVZ loot and supply ZVZ gear. So, the players are just there for the fight rather than the loot, which I think is not a bad system, honestly, because you can tell in watching a fight when people are scared for their sets. There's definitely that element of it. And if the guild, I don't want to say it makes them reckless if they're playing with somebody else's money, but it's, it makes them play the game rather than worry about the gear. Similar to poker players who are being bankrolled, that sort of mentality. If it's your own money on the table, then you play differently to if you're being bankrolled with no risk to yourself.
Do we have any teams already lined up for today?
Yeah, actually, the teams are kind of swapping around. I saw some teams signed up, ready to go, and now they are no longer signed up and ready to go, and that confuses me.
That means they were signed up, and then somebody had to zone out into like a hideout to grab something, or go to the bank to grab something. It drops the queue. You can only queue with 5 in the same zone. You can't queue from different towns either. You will have to be in the same town. So when people jump around to their island, stuff like that, it does unqueue. I'm sure everybody by now will be there, and they will have their tokens in their bag. We haven't heard of a level 7 or a level 6 where somebody forgot to put their token in their bag. I mean, I've heard about it. In fact, I've done it at level 2, I think it was. Had a little mishap, cost us our slot in a match, but luckily that would be, can you imagine it happening at level 8 or 9? Can you imagine in the panic Shozen, someone puts their token in the bag, in the bank, and misses their slot?
That
it shouldn't happen because they're soulbound, so there's no risk to have them on you. But I do keep all my tokens in a central location.
If you destroy your tokens, you're saying, or losing them?
No. When the match starts, you have to have it in your bag.
Oh, so you're okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
If you were to place it in the manipulator by mistake, you wouldn't get your queue slot.
Okay, now I see. Okay, all right. No, you don't want to do that, Lewpac. You want to cross all your T's and dot all your I's before you get into a crystal league. You want to make sure you have your food. You want to have your potions. You want to have your gear. You spend a little time doing that, maybe beforehand, get it all ready. Do a couple of these. I imagine if you are in these mid tiers, like in the 6s and the 7s, you know how to set up your stuff, right? Like you're not going to make this mistake.
Yeah, but you could. It just takes one single, misclick when you're sorting your sets.
Kind of like diving into tent.
Yeah, it's been there, done that. But as I said, I'm sure it'll be fine. I haven't had confirmation or seen any information as to whether the season 8 tokens disappear or whether they do remain in game. I tried to ask a few people who might be in the know between the shows. Nobody seems to have an answer for me. I would say, guys, if your season is over, be on the safe side, and if you're not worried about collecting, salvage all your tokens tomorrow.
Okay.
Before the season ends, just in case they all suddenly disappear, because that's a lot of money for people that have stashed up a load of tokens,
I actually have a bit of information too, because I had been asked a number of questions about territory conquest during the off season because it had ended the other day. It's only down over the weekend for 2 days, the last 2 days of the season, and then it will start up again, guys.
Yeah, so you can still conquest, and you can still do hideouts during the off season. Territories will not have siphon mages though, and they won't generate energy.
Right.
So their benefit is kind of reduced. Makes the farm towers
but you can still fight about them. I mean, like that was the thing people were concerned about, was that there was just no conflict driver for the entire off season, and now there's still at least something to fight for, and you can still have your war. It still can continue. You just have to have 2 days off for.
And Crystal continues as well, and in fact, you can play 3 matches per slot instead of 2 matches on average, except for the obviously the Tuesdays were an extra match or whatever. But on average, there's more crystals, and they form a little kind of mini league format each time. So it goes 1, 2, 3, rather than you queuing for whatever level.
Right. So, guys, do we want to pick somebody to go ahead and follow on? We have a lot of 6s and people signed up from. Actually, you want to hop on Marvin?
Oh, I was just thinking about Marvin. Earlier,
I haven't seen this guy on in a while, and I think it would be a nice way to welcome him back. I mean, he's in a T6 here. Haven't seen him in a while.
I was just thinking about my boy Marvin and what he was up to.
Is Eric Waldo the tank in this, maybe?
No, Marvin's a tank.
Marvin's a tank? Okay.
He is going to be playing the Ironclad. Hope he's not too rusty. He's coming in 1504 baseline IP pre-overcharge. If it's still 20%, I was going to say, if it's still 20% soft cap, are people going to overcharge? And then I realized we're in the sweaty tier of Crystal GPG. 20 IP is 20 IP no matter what you're doing. Wow, Marvin zoned in, showing Ironclad.
Can you guys see the scoreboard?
Not yet. It's
all right, because I just want to make sure that we're not recording the same match that we're watching.
Okay, well we can get our secondary cameraman to swap over. Masilla's running a really fancy Graveguard set. He's actually going to run the Graveguard armor, but Fiend's Cowl. So he's going to take purging duties, which frees up Marvin to run the Demon Helm. We've got the one-hand crossbow Facebreaker. Obviously, the Overcharge comes out. Oh, and they're against a Fire Mage who is or isn't running the Robe of Purity. I can't quite tell because Scholars and Purity look quite similar. But it does look like Fatnex's mixed team, who potentially, I believe this team has been kicked out of Aggressor. He is running that Purity. They actually went for the bot cap, so they have the 1 cap advantage. And we talked about cheese strats. And Bon Fui Fui was running the one-shot Pike build. Came in, and they just got an assassination onto Jake 22. They did lose somebody in return, but they're going to kill Bon here. Yeah, they will get the finishing job. Liet is now in trouble, but they're actually playing without a healer. Fatnex is coming back in. He has that artillery. They're going to get Liet surely here, though. He's silenced. He's in trouble. No, he gets himself out of trouble. And now, all of a sudden, Eric Waldo's in a horrible spot, burning. They overcommitted. Sonny can't get there. Jake isn't going to be able to save Eric Waldo. It's still a 2 cap for the native / ungilded team. And we did say this. You know, that first set cheese. Bon Fui Fui now comes out with a normal build on his Great Curse. He played the one-shot Pike and he assassinated the healer. Like,
you definitely called it. I mean, I didn't think we were going to see any cheeses at this level, and I guess maybe they heard me and decided, you know what, let's prove Shozen wrong on the internet.
It's not about that, but it's just about, like, you know, you build for a meta, you build for the fight, which is why stuff like that can work.
100%. Yeah, they pulled off a good maneuver there. They knew what they were going to be facing and pulled off the counter to it, and it's something that can be countered for the rest of the match. So switch back, go back to a basic build.
And they're going to get through. They're going to open with a 3 cap and the high ground. Like that. That one strat has got them a 40-point lead and the high ground to start with. So I really like that. They are playing though against double sword frontline, so these guys should have an easier time with an ironclad and 2 plate swords. You're going to have an easier time breaching the high ground. This comp is nasty though. This Marvin and his boys, these guys will absolutely open you up. The good thing is they've got a great curse to strip all the hots on the way in. So Marvin's had to come in with no hots right now. Bon Fui Fui's running the mage armor. I have no idea what the backline, the swords are doing in terms of defensives. Eric Waldo is running parry, so he's very vulnerable to the mage armor. In fact, in this situation, I think they probably want to switch off parry and put Iron Will on. Marvin's melting. He's taking a lot of damage from this fire. He went in for the interrupt, but they've used a lot of big heals there. Jake's used everything, and they're going in on Jake. He is in a lot of trouble. The 2 swords. Second sword is still in deep as well. He's in a bit of trouble. Marvin trying to protect his healer. Doing a good job of running intercept right now. Is anybody getting left behind? Looks like Eric Waldo is going to get left behind. Jake who's coming back to think about healing him. Think again, Jake. You aren't getting that. Lucky for Marvin, his team is going to rotate straight bot on a decent timer. They're not going to get 20'd off this unless, of course, Fatnex and his guys decide to come in. But I think, honestly, with the comps the way they are, the choke is too good. Like, Fatnex's team is playing fire and Great Curse. They can strip the hots and melt anybody coming through the choke. I really like this comp, and I don't think this comp plays as well out in the open. So I respect their decision here, and they got themselves in a nice position with that Pike opener. I mean, it's a Black Monk as well. Let's just think about that. So you get set on fire, your hots get removed, and your damage gets debuffed and you're slowed when you try to come through that choke.
Fun time getting through that choke.
And then once you're up there, the sword just slaps you in the face. That is a choke point comp. But Liet, nice silence, tries to blink with the disjoint. Kaijin's already up in the high ground with that crossbow. He's running Facebreaker instead of Crypt Candle. Fatnex forced to pop a resist, and this time Marvin's team pushing forward hard. But they managed to stabilize. Liet gets the breeze off. Eric Waldo's gone in too deep. He's going to get in the fire. Is he going to melt to the curse? Yes, he is. His healer can't do anything. And now it's the counter push. That was beautiful from the Reds there. They just rode out that push. They peeled back. They found the opening. Jake nearly gets slapped by Sonny's broadsword. they're all going to get out, but this is going to be a 20-point rotation. This time they've hit the bad timing, and
this one's going to end quick here, guys.
I don't know.
They pull off something.
Well,
massive.
they're always going to get the bottom cap though when they come out, because I don't think they could play second choke if they wanted to, but I don't think red is gonna press the issue here on the low ground, because they've just got such an amazing choke comp. And yeah, Jake's had to switch it up to redemption simply because he's can't get the hots out. He can't go deep enough to do anything. Are they going to? They might want to press this, but it's a long timer, so they're just going to let it go. Just going to play the choke, and obviously, Jake now doesn't get his hot stripped, but he now has to stand still a lot more, which isn't great against the fire. If a fire decides to harass a holy healer, he's constantly got to get out of those burning fields to heal. He can't, he can't rely on his cultist to save him, because an artillery pretty much counters a cultist. And especially if you count a Sacred Ground or Area Decay on top, from the Great Curse. Now Masilla's pushing up, got some stacks. Sonny's got his as well. Down goes the Black Monk. Masilla's got the Inferno. Really, really tanky, though. Inside the Judy. Big damage on Bonfuifui. Fuifui's going to be okay, though. He's got the Ice Block, and the cover from Fatnex comes out. In the meantime, Nuijin putting some damage onto Kyogen, trying to create the opening. Nuijin has had to pop his resistance, and once again, we do see them pulling back, but they do have Nature Curse. They can peel back, they can ride it out, and then they can win the value game. And now we see Bonfuifui. The Carving Sword goes through him. He's very low. He blinks back towards his healer. The breeze comes out once again, but they just missed their timer. They're absolutely on a timer right now. They have to get the kill in the first 60 seconds of the fight,
or they
just get outvalued. Like they just can't keep that momentum. They got to burst somebody. They should be able to with the two swords. They just can't go for Bonfuifui though. Bonfuifui's purge, his mage armor, is just wrecking them
too much. Yeah,
but I think it's going to be too late. They're going to lose 20 here.
They're still in stacks though at the 10th though. This is.
I expect this rotation as well. I expect this to be an aggressive push just to finish this one. It's really nice. Just really, really solid play here.
Well, after this, we'll head over and check out I Tame Bears and World Rage.
Marvin going in. No, they're just gonna press this. This is over. No.
Yeah, there's no chance here. We'll
watch this one, Steve. But look at that.
It's not going to take long. It's just going to be another 40 seconds.
On the choke, 3 of them lose all of their damage. Celestial Sphere used to give them some momentum out front. Bit of a mistake, honestly. Marvin's got a Judy and the other player's a broadsword. I think they're plenty tank enough without the sphere. Save that for emergency. Sonny takes a beating. Down goes the sacrifice. Takes another beating. The auto fire comes out. Will it finish him? It might finish him. He gets swapped back. There's the fire pull, the knockback though, and they've just run out of steam. And so many times this native ungilded mixed team has they live on the edge. They survive barely. But it's just that commitment. And here, Nuijin, is he going to die to the tent? No, he's not even going to die to the tent. Doesn't even get ironcladded. Masilla will survive because there's only a second left.
All right, heading over to I Tame Bears here.
Crazy, crazy fight. I liked it, though.
That was brutal. I feel bad for these guys. And here we're going into another one where I Tame Bears, World Rage, Tamashi, Zerfax. These guys have a triple cap with 42 points left against their opponents here. And a elevate here.
We see Baby Legs, G-Bunny, what? No, Bunny team, sorry. I saw Ghost and Bunny. I thought G-Bunny was back here.
No. Different Bunny. June's not here.
Okay. Well, Baby Legs is here with June.
Yeah, we got a little bit of Baby Legs.
And in Elevate.
Yeah.
June didn't even make gold this season. I don't know what was going on.
June didn't happen this season. June joined a BA this season, and they all
well, they weren't far. They weren't far off gold though. Arthora charging the soldier's armor, 3 stacks with that carving. Pearl, nice purge, but the iron will was there. Oh, the slice combo onto Bunny team. That frost carving combo with a claymore for good measure. This is a one-shot comp. This is a ride it out, wait for the opening, wait for both swords to be stacked, bang, and that's going to be over. Oh no, they're getting back capped. There's action going on at the south cap. I'm going to jump down there and see who is on it right now. It looks like Zerfax had to chase off Ghost.
Okay.
World Rage turns it into a 3 cap. They still have 2 rotations. And Dungeon Realms and the boys pulling out.
Well, we are recording the other match, so I don't want to hop over to that one and just get the end of it, as we will be watching that tomorrow. So
a bow now in the back line. They do have a carving of their own. He's running split and slash, gets it. There's the dive onto chicken.
Oh, chicken. I was hoping for the comeback, chicken. You only had to survive once.
I mean, it's cool though, because we're seeing one-shot comps, right? We're seeing value comps. We're seeing dive comps. We're seeing, we're seeing so much different play styles. We saw a choke comp before. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really nice. Wow, we have
more different options in like 5v5s than we've ever had before. The tanking meta is fantastic right now.
Yeah.
DPS is very varied. Like, there's nothing that is you have to have this in your group or you're done.
I think swords is a little bit overrepresented in terms of melee, though. Like, people are playing carving, broadsword, and claymore. All three of those are getting play. Even some
they're all playable
as well.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? They're all playable.
Nothing if any other class was playable as well. Do you know what I mean? If we were seeing a few axes, I still think a full dot.
I don't know what axes are for yet. What are axes for? Have you figured that out yet? Where do you use the axes?
In the point, though, the sharp end goes into the enemy in general. The problem is to play an axe. You kind of have to play a full dot comp with a curse as well, and then you just get hard countered by a guardian helm. So it's like when one helmet slot counters your comp, it loses a lot of value. It works against I don't want to say bad players, but inexperienced players. I say it works better. But we do have a bit of time now. We're going to be watching a Derek fight, I believe, from the earlier show that we didn't quite get around to seeing. Then we will have the other level 6 that we haven't seen. Robin's going to get that encoded and uploaded. Well, that was a rhyme.
It's for tomorrow.
I didn't even plan it. Oh, we're going to watch that one. That one's for tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Tonight we're going to watch one match. We're going to talk about the drama that we've had here at the top. And we're going to talk about the upcoming changes to Season 9, and then we'll have another match live in just a moment. But first, Soul of a Sage has won 3750 if he can whisper me.
Oh, baby. Just for a bit of a note, Cargera and his boys, they were running the same team today. So looks like they're trying to get a lot of practice in. I do imagine this will be the comp they're running, though.
Yeah, I get the feeling that this is what we're going to see tomorrow. They had brought it 2 weeks ago, and they lost, unfortunately, for them. And they didn't have their token, so they needed to get in some more, and they seem to be doing quite a good job today. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. Why don't we go ahead and, before we do anything else, why don't we watch that match that we have from earlier today from Robin?
Yeah, before we jump into it, one thing I want to note is I don't know if this is just for transport or if this was part of his build. I think it is part of his build. Rebane is actually using the Boots of Valor as a healer, which is, we haven't seen anyone using those. Usually everyone sticks to the Blink. So the Boots of Valor basically are a very, very slow speed buff combined with a Knight's Helm. So immunity against forced movement or displacement for 2 seconds. If during that time you're affected by that, you then gain 120 movement speed for 4 seconds.
So that will make you fast,
It's one of these things, a bit like a cleric robe, that it has a trigger condition, which makes it less reliable in a lot of cases, but it does potentially get you out of a lot of things, right? So you cleanse, if you get CC'd, if you get stunned, rooted, or slowed during the 2 second channel, or the 2 second activation, sorry, it's not a channel, you get a instant cleanse and get a speed boost. So it's one of those things that if you're super low ping or you've got super good reactions, it could definitely be good. You know, if you're in a bad spot and you see a mace leaping towards you, the hammer looks like he's ready to stun, you get an instant cleanse and a speed boost. The problem is if you mistime it, it does absolutely nothing. So I don't know how I feel about it. It seems like it could be powerful.
Well, if you're really good.
Yeah, but it doesn't, once you've cleansed, you don't become CC immune, though. So a second CC would wreck you.
Would get you, yeah.
Like,
All right.
for example, if you stopped a mace route with your boots and then a Trinity lands on you, you're completely screwed. I feel like delayed teleports. He might have actually just been using them for transport. Like, I don't know, but we'll see. It'd be interesting to see. So we're gonna. Have you got the link for the VOD here with the timestamp?
Yeah, it should be in our channel here. Do you need me to send it to you again?
It's the Crystal 11, right?
Yep, Crystal 11.
Crystal 11 from Robin in the AlbionTV Discord channel from earlier today.
Yeah. Let me grab that.
Yep. Okay.
And
All right, are we gonna start this
zero
now from
on the video?
Zero on the video. Okay, so we're all starting at the same time. This one. All right, Bogle, give us a count in. We're gonna watch this one. We're on widescreen. Robin did a good.
Bob Freeze is level 6. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is Bob Freeze's level 7 from early. No, I don't know which one.
It's definitely their 6 because they got a no-show.
Yeah, because they got a no-show on their 7. That's right. Holy crap! The other fight just ended. Ooh, we got a good one for tomorrow, guys. We got a good one for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's watch this one. Bogle, count us in.
3, 2, 1, play.
So this is not the Bob Freeze and the boys disconnecting, which was the level 5 one.
No, that's when
this time, hopefully, Big Bob himself, hopefully Pedro could stay in this one for the whole match. That would be nice. But all pretty good, all pretty established players. Fun fact about Bob Freeze: he speaks 3 languages more or less fluently. Quite an interesting guy, but always a positive force to have on your team. Gius forced into the ice block very, very early, maybe thinking he's still playing the tank role, was stepping up with that crossbow, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you can get the cleric prop off and to the combo. You can do a lot of damage. Wales, though, trying to control this choke with his Black Monk, do a lot of damage reduction on that double backline. Kicking Machine has been forced to cleric, and he didn't combo his cleric. Like, as a crossbow player, when you get that cleric prop, you've got to try and get something out of it because that damage prop is huge.
just got deleted.
NCQ just leaves the face of the planet.
I saw it coming. I was like, is that going to happen? Is he going to get deleted on that? And he was done. He didn't even stand a chance for the second half of his HP. It was just...
It does seem as well they were
wiped off the board.
These guys were playing with Robbed, who is a Gala Clapper that was originally with Tidal at the start of the season. I felt his swords many a time during the start of the Queen expansion. But he did switch over to CIR mid-season and has now been dunking on his boy. Stepped into the GVG team. They did have a competent lineup, but maybe they had some problems with that comp and they've switched him out. Nergigante was in there. They were playing a more frontline heavy, I believe. Kicking Machine again, caught out. There goes the cleric. Another cleric. This one got purged, but he still didn't really attempt to do any damage with the cleric there. Satanic bearing down on him, but they just can't. He can't sit still, and they're not pressuring Pedro enough. Where Crimson are going wrong right now is Pedro's just being able to free cast.
Free cast on top of him, yeah.
And this is the thing, like, Kickin can't stand there. He's got 2 abilities that need channeling. ANCQ has to stand still to spam.
He's gonna. Pedro's already on top of ANCQ. It's already enough for him. He's already got to leave. That's too much.
Like they've got a okay, so Nergigante's playing the carving sword. So he doesn't
sevens.
He needs to swap out. He needs to swap out for a broadsword, just so that he can interrupt Pedro with that Eon cooldown. Because
give him anything right now. They need to
Pedro
do something.
is just getting so much value out of this fire.
They're getting owned on the stands. Like,
well, I mean, if
you keep moving.
If you can't stand sell and cast your spells as a crossbow, you're in a lot of trouble. Early bomb from Gius. Bit of energy spent on that when he knows it's going to get parried. Bob Freeze just going to go and have a look at Kickin. He's going to get swapped back. He's going to get sharded, but he's going to get there, I believe. And Kickin Machine just wasted 10 seconds on the cap. Soon to be 5, actually.
So close, so close.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't come close because Bob knew he was always getting it. There's no close in capping. You either capped or you didn't. Most of the time, if you come close, it's because the enemy let you and just waited till the last second. Like you don't. If you can interrupt someone.
Oh, guess what?
After one,
I think guess is done here. Is he going to get out of that?
No, they're peeling back. They're peeling back, and they've got that holy. And again, the fire is just causing a lot of pressure. This time, Pedro's in a bit of trouble. Look at ANCQ. ANCQ just like hid in the corner of the top platform, and no one. He's like, don't mind me spamming my ice shards. No one paid him any mind, and now GS is in a lot of trouble. Kicking machine. Gets the ice block to save himself. Perma on top.
He's going too. He's going to get out of there.
They really want. They want Pedro because, in the words of Bob Freeze, purity, purity, 1 millions, 1 millions. He gets excited when there's a robe of purity on the line. They're not going to get Pedro though. Pedro's actually going to put out a lot of pressure onto Nergigante. Nergigante does have parry, but he's on fire massively, and he's going to run it on top of his team as well.
Oh wow!
The artillery fire on his boys, and that might just create enough momentum to push. And they didn't cap.
Think Bob is going to get. Oh, Bob got slapped. He's not going to get out of there in time. Yep, there you go.
They didn't.
No
didn't cap.
No cap.
And now Bob just puts a Judy on the choke, so they can ride out the pressure. Wales is out of energy pretty much as well. ANCQ starting to get low. He does have that Royal Cowl, but one purge will really hurt him. Wales is on fire. He's getting. The healer's being zoned. Oh, and he had a bit of line of sight issues with the stone. Nergigante's on fire. The artillery's coming, and
they're going home. They got to. Yeah, Wales has got to drop the staff, and everybody's got to get out of there. Good Frost. Well done there. Lucky timing.
They got the kill, and they weren't able to get the cap. And they got driven off the top immediately.
They got driven off the top. Yeah, they. They didn't start the cap early enough, and then when they had their guy and capping instead of doing DPS, it allowed the choke to get overrun.
Amazing. This is decent.
And now there's going to be a rotation up over top.
I think
are they going to meet them or let them get it? I think Bob's going to go for it.
This team is doing well, but I do.
No.
As a mixed team, I think they might struggle against the best teams there is. But Wales and his boys are no joke.
Wales is good. Let's be real clear. Wales is real good, but this is not
going a while. But they're making short work of them. Let's be real. This is not. Yeah, it's not too difficult for them right now. 1
kill, 1 cap point. Yeah, that's not a great position to be in with 60 points left, 69 points left. Not a good place to be in.
And Bob's perfect for controlling this choke, and he's playing like full bopping right now. Wales is nearly dead. Wales might just die. Wales just doesn't get out there. 7-7-7-7 couldn't get anything off. And Nergigante is going to have to switch sides.
Go too. He's going to have to. He's going the other way. He's going fine.
There's an art. He actually could die though. He could die here. He's got the carving as well.
Is there a swap for him?
He's got the fearless strike.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh. I thought he'd use fearless strike to get out of there. Guess not. Guess I was wrong.
Maybe he was wrong for not using fearless strike to get out of there.
Demolition job right now.
Getting deleted.
And Pedro. Ooh, Pedro takes nearly 3/4 health damage from that combo. And this is what I mean. If the crossbow can find angles onto the squishies, that's how you just disrupt an enemy team. If Pedro's constantly getting bombed, like Kickin just needs to step up. He's got 2 Fiend's Cows against him though. So it's very, very difficult to rely on your cleric as a save and a damage amp. If you can get it off though, you can do some crazy work. Bomb. Pierce goes out. Any boat? Oh, okay. GS uses his cleric. Kicking uses his ice block. But then he popped his cleric after.
Pop back in.
Bob just trying to stop these DPS coming up. He's going to pop a resist here.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something for some defense.
He's fine. He's got a Judy. And look at Wells and Nergigante. They're being driven back.
Oh, Nergigante is done.
Burns to death.
Then he blows up. Yep, right at the end.
Pedro's having every Fire Mage's dream game. Where
he's having fun. He's having fun.
Where you just sit there and press your buttons.
Guys,
and everybody
I'm just gonna sit here. Nobody's gonna touch me. No pressure at all. Don't worry. I don't think I've hit a defensive yet today.
I mean, being the range DPS that they ignore is a very, very nice feeling.
Yeah, I've never had that feeling. Being ignored.
I thought you meant being the range DPS.
I'm enjoying chat right now. They've got some interesting.
Quick rotation. ANCQ's going for it. He's not going to get it though. Surely, no. They're going to let him.
They're going to get. Yep, he got it.
I think they let him have that.
Okay.
I think that was almost let's farm sets disrespect move, because Satanic could have just mighty blowed him with no stacks. He could have just gone in, tipped him, got that. I think they allowed them to cap that. I don't want to say for 100% that's what happened, but it looked like he just allowed him to cap, or he didn't get the angle on it. Bob going for the choke point control. The DPS can't find a way in. No, Gigante, though, is looking for a way out already. Oh, nice parry, though. Satanic's mighty blow hits the parry. Pedro very early on the Purity. He's going to put the Infernal out. There's the Carving Sword, the strike. They're looking for Pedro. Shards are coming down. Pedro's going to blink back. But now CIR have breached the high ground in a big way. Kicking's found an angle onto Pedro, but Wales maybe
Bob's got to get out.
Pedro into the ice block. Bob looking to go back in. Stuns ANCQ. Great Hurricane as well. Wales is coming out. He gets the interrupt onto Ochi, but he did get a lot of his stuff off there.
Oh,
with that Cultist Robe,
nice
he got the regen.
heal.
Celestial Sphere comes down.
That's just a nice sphere there. That got everybody
There's
up.
no Judy, though, and Pedro's still being zoned out. This is what CR needed to do from the start, not let him free play. Look how much less damage they're taking when the artillery's not
doing
being
much better. But Bob has got Wales in his sights. All he needs is one stun, and they can take it. He's going to be fine. He's going to get out of there.
Brought it to his healer.
Back, but
Nergigante is okay.
He's fine, too.
Pedro's
nice
one hit. They got Pedro. Bob
they finally got him. Oh, my gosh. It's a turnaround. It's a turnaround. Satanic going the other way. He's running for home. He doesn't even know where it is. He hasn't been here yet today.
Yeah, the sphere goes down. If Bob's got a Judy armor, they could just hold here. GS is going in deep. He's going to die if no defensive. He is going to die. But this hold will get them. Okay, so now they're going to get this rotation to put them on 1 point. This means that CIR are forced to defend top. Because if they take 1 point, they lose.
Yep.
And they can't. They can't cap bot either. Hang on.
They're down to 1.
They can win without capping bot, and they can't cap bot because it just makes it so vulnerable. Makes it so hard. Yeah. And I think they might even just get back capped here. If Bob, Satanic, and Ochi are all here. So GS and Pedro go top. They get a 2v1. It's not fightable, and they just win. Yeah. So the top cap is going. ANCQ might already down anyway. ANCQ is looking for it. No, there was an interrupt up there, but there might be a fight going on. Looks like everybody's going to rotate to top. Oh, he got driven back, and there's the cap.
And there it is. Yep.
2 versus 1 rotation at top. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see it because we were watching from Bob's point of view. But it was, they didn't get the kill. They drove him away, and the capture gives 1 point, which ended the match. Very, very clean from Bob and the gang. 2 deaths on GS, 1 on Pedro. But later gets 7 kills in return. Big plays from Bob and the boys. 30 minutes until our level 7 action.
Yeah, do you want to
another chance for people to get into the final day?
Do you want to talk a little bit about the drama that we've had as we've gone into the final?
Well, I mean, we talked about it quite a lot earlier as well.
Well, yeah, I know. I want to bring it up again because we have a slightly different audience, I imagine.
Do we have an update on it? Has anything changed? But
no, nothing has changed.
The long and short of it was there was Aggressor were in second, Sex of X are in first. Then Aggressor,
the right hand of Aggressor.
The right hand of Aggressor, decided to buy up as many teams as possible with level 8 tokens, with a view to doing a ton of points and grabbing number 1. And his GM kind of knew about this plan, because there's no way you don't see a bunch of random GVGers joining your guild, like, and not know what's going on. And everyone was like, haha, this will be really funny. It'll make them sweat. And then Varys organized a load of points from Open World, and Sex of X suddenly started sweating and got a bit panicky and go, oh, we might actually not get number 1 automatically. But it was arranged. We have arranged that we were number 1.
It was arranged before this season began.
You said we could be number 1. Tell
King Mojo did tell them that they were allowed to be
people not to take it. So the Mojo hotline was rang. Mojo pick up phone. Mojo say no, and then Aggressor was kill. Where were you when Aggressor was kill, Shozen?
Poor Aggressor right now. I mean, there's no winning in this for them, right? Like, if Skuzkabel doesn't put a stop to it, right, he's gonna get lots of in-alliance crap.
Yeah, but you said there's no alliance next season.
Yeah, with the alliance already folding, they're hoping.
So who cares?
Well, they hope to have a little bit of friendship with these other guys so that they don't get immediately destroyed by their neighbors, you know?
Yeah, but if they disband, how are they going to stop CIR and co from just taking all their stuff?
I don't think they are.
So we're just
Blue
getting-
Army just moved out all of its stuff. All of its stuff is gone. They basically dismantled their own hideouts. They've taken everything out of them. They're just kind of ready to go.
Rent 2.0 on its way.
Yeah.
Make
It's
sure
coming.
you keep those payments up.
Yeah, if you don't keep the payments up,
come knocking on the door.
The zoo comes by and just wipes you out, man. The menagerie.
We like to play the Jurassic theme as they roll out.
I think it's definitely more like a zoo or a circus. You know, you should get Duratine out there with the big top music. Bunch of clowns getting out of that car. Perfect.
Love it, Shozen. On that note, though,
Well, isn't it? What is it? Cheeky Breaky that you guys go ZVZ to? It's not much different than circus music. Come on.
I don't know. I don't ZVZ Shozen. You know,
I'm a
crafter. Bogle converted me to a bag crafter, mate.
It's the most profitable way to play. I'm going to tell you. Bags and 75 islands full of the laborers. Yeah, you're going to make your money back. You just need, another 500,000 people to join so somebody can buy your bags because Bogle's got this 500,000 covered.
So yeah, there's the drama. Scuzz kicked out a load of people from the guild. There was a screenshot that he withdrew a bunch of money from the guild bank, and then someone's like, Scuzz scammed the Hispanic community once again. And it's like, well, I mean, this is kind of a weird one when a guild leader withdraws a bunch of money from their own guild because it's their guild.
Right. Can't they take the money?
Yeah, who else? Was he protecting it? When you're doing mass kicks and trying to clean up the guild,
right,
you probably want to grab the money as quick as possible, just in case.
You want to make sure
someone with permissions grabs it, because backstabbing in Albion is very real. Now they were all, everyone was like, oh, blah blah blah. You know what Reddit's like? It's like the basement warrior HQ, but they're all going in on Scuzz and all that, and it's like, well, we don't know the full story yet.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this is one of those stories that I'd love to, do a little bit more in-depth work on, get these guys into an interview, find out what's going on. But I feel like even if I interviewed both these guys, I'd still have no idea what the hell was going on.
Well, the problem is it's all he said, she said, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is we have two completely different sides of the story, and neither one of them are going to tell me the truth.
Well, you'd hope you would somehow find the truth, wouldn't you?
Oh, boy.
Who's Daddy Varian?
I've never heard of the guy. I don't know.
Was he the one with the e-dating? Was that the e-dating one? There was a really long video of him having a breakdown because
I don't know if you'd call that e-dating. That's more like how do you say identity theft?
Oh wait, what? No, that's not the Sorab one.
No, that's not the Sorab one.
What happened to his identity?
Well, I guess no, kind of Sorab's sort of involved in this because this is the guy who fell in love with Squish, and then he kind of said that he was I can't even talk about it on. It's a serious problem. Yeah. I'm just going to go with this. If you want to watch it, go look up the Daddy Variant. I'm going to say this. The guy has problems. He wears dragon rings.
Does he wear a wolf t-shirt as well? Is he one of those guys?
Yeah, an affliction t-shirt. Yeah.
Is he Jude? Are you familiar with the phrase mall ninja? You can picture exactly what I mean, can't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's the guy who says that he knows Krav Maga and that, he has to go and practice that. And that's why he has to end the video.
I hope chat's familiar with the mall ninja. It's like the guy that wears the trench coat in the summer at the mall. I don't even have a mall. I call it a shopping center. Like an old person. Shout out Squid Squad. Big up Squid Squad. word. Yeah, so I mean, drama. It fuels the game, honestly. Like, it's what sets it apart from like wet MMOs with no drama and no consequence. Oh, look at me! I won an arena in WoW. I'm a queue for another one.
Oh God, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, what do you get when you beat somebody in WoW? Can you even like?
Well, if you beat
100,000
people,
mm-hmm.
In a single season, you get a gladiator weapon, which you can't lose, and is pretty good. But you don't get to take their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and you never get to see those people in the world that you.
It's not to say there wasn't drama though. In my WoW guild, one of the officers' wives ran off with the guild leader. Like, real talk.
Yeah.
And we were all like IRL friends as well. Like, we used to go to LANs and stuff.
So you don't hang out with that guy anymore now that you stole his wife, do you?
No, everyone's friends again. No,
okay,
everyone's friends again except for her. She was just a knob. She was just one of those girls that does that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know what a word is, but do you know what I mean? Yeah, master looted his wife. But you know, we're not here to talk about my history with MMO drama. As amusing and as endless stories I could regale you with from MMO drama. I would just briefly reference a story when I was a kid playing MMO.
Mm-hmm.
And I scammed a guy with an unidentified magic item. I told him it was something that it wasn't, because you couldn't see what it was until you identified it yourself when you traded. And then I ran to the other side of town. This is like, I was a little kid at the time. I logged off so the GMs couldn't find me. And then I unplugged my modem so they couldn't trace me. In my mind.
Do you think that worked?
In my mind.
Unplugging your modem?
They never caught me. But then I found out.
I bet you it was unplugging your modem that did it.
Scamming was fine. No, they couldn't catch me because I unplugged my modem. And yeah, it was all good.
Good stuff. Okay. So what do we have for like upcoming changes to season 9? Because the audience wants us to stop talking about our lives and start talking about the game.
Albion Online, yeah, really great video game. So season 9 brings some interesting changes to the Crystal League. First and foremost, the level 1s are now going to be non-full loot, which definitely changes things up a bit. It means that people can get into the entry level without having to risk any sets. In fact, you're only losing consumables essentially now.
Level 1s,
which is
really
very nice for everybody. I think it's going to allow a lot of teams to start out, and I think it's going to lead to the generation of more teams that are actually actively doing crystals, which is great. And it's going to be hard capped. So despite what we initially thought, it's going to be hard capped at the same IP as level 2. So it's going to be an accurate practice representation of the full loot level 2. And it's not going to be full of sweaty guys in 8.3 Masterpiece, which I'm not going to lie, I was kind of looking forward to doing that for a little bit. But it's funny for the people doing it, but it's not healthy for the game.
No, it's not.
It should be.
Smurfing is one of those things that when I talked to Robin Henkes, actually, that smurfing was one of the things he brought up as a problem. And he admonished me for my early smurfing career in World of Warcraft. He goes, really? Level 9s? Level 9 Battleground is what you stayed in?
Yes, 19s was the twink level, I remember. But yeah, so
you weren't doing it right.
I think, honestly, it's going to be so good for people, because like now you could just make random 5-man teams. You can try all sorts of zany stuff out without risking. You can bring all your pocket picks. I think we're going to see some wacky matches, not going to lie, but I also think that new teams will develop because they can go in without risking 5 sets in a match. Now, I think it's going to be a big deal. On top of that, the points and loot distribution for crystals has been lowered slightly at the top and redistributed towards the middle and lower end. So the mid-tier matches will be a bit more rewarding, the low-tier matches will be a bit more rewarding, and the high-tier matches will be less extreme. However, in general, all of the high-tier matches will be taking place more often.
Yeah, so it's not even that, like, it's not that you're getting less for those high tiers, it's just that those are broken up into more options now. Like just doing them more means that the rewards are pretty much the same, but now instead of going to fewer people on fewer days, now they can be spread out more among more people.
Also, you'll be able to go straight in at level 3. You know, the top tier teams will never have to grind tokens anymore. In theory, you know, say you've got a bunch of towers that need leveling, you can still level a level 1 with a level 3, but people generally do it with a level 1 for the easier matches. But your whole guild could be spamming level 1s now because there's no risk to their gear. I think level 1s is going to be this wild place. Everybody's just going to throw on a set, make a quick comp, and just go in and have a fight. Like, it's going to be great. Towers will be by default level 2, I think, now, because everybody will just be fighting all the time. If they can be bothered to go from towers. You can even, like, it does even earn season points. So there's no reason for, like, everybody not to just have a pop at it and have some fun. I think it's going to be, I'm just so excited. I think it's a great change for inclusivity. I do, you know, I still have my thoughts about the end of season, the level 8s and 9s and stuff like that I would like to see changed. I'm kind of sad that level 9s aren't that extreme now, because it does make for an exciting end of season, unless Mojo tells us we're not allowed to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if Mojo
like, if
tells
Mojo calls me
yeah.
and says, sorry, you can't win the season.
No, you don't want to have that.
Obviously not, but just how it is, unfortunately.
Sorry, we have another winner. Lucifer AUS has won the raffle. Congratulations.
Not respecting the pre-declared season winners, Shozen.
Well, you have to respect that Sex with X was given first place by King Mojo before the season even began. And if you know how it works when you're king, you basically determine who you give your fiefs to and who gets what. And then they give you loyalty because you gave them stuff. And if he says he's giving it to Sex with X, and then one of his other fiefdoms decides that they're going to go and take the thing that he said he was going to give, then you've got a civil war in your hands. You got to put your foot down. And he did. And instantly, the knee benders bent
quelled the rebellion. The uprising was quickly squashed. The word knee benders being thrown around a lot.
It is. It really is. I think it's
always been a meme
like
in
this
game. Actually,
yeah. But really bending the knee because he said he's not going to backstab his teammate. I don't know if that's really what.
Like, Scuzz would just call it keeping his word. On the Scuzz note as well, when Scuzz left Sun and Lads, back when we were doing like the crazy GVG stuff with like 9-10 teams, Scuzz was coordinating everything. He had access to pretty much all of our gear for the whole guild. Probably resources and stuff for crafting. Beyond that, he just got a bit burnt out, wanted to do something different. He left with only his own GVG sets. Could have robbed us blind, didn't. But that's not to say he's not robbing. I mean, can you really rob your own guild?
No.
That's an area of contention, isn't it?
They're saying that because he took the silver out while he was kicking people out, his right hand, mind you, several officers, by the way.
Lord Varys don't need to steal silver, does he?
No,
we saw his 15 million. We saw his 15 million.
His kill
in the tunnel.
Jamie, can you pull that up? Can you pull up the kill boards?
On my way.
Thank you, sir. And it was an incredible death. He supposedly got most of this stuff back, though, because the murderers were driven off by Care Bears.
Care Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the word we're using now?
They held hands. They aimed their hearts at the enemies, and the next thing you knew, Varys was back picking up his goodies. It was all okay. And the only thing he lost was his pride.
Well, I mean, I'm still surprised. Like, if he got it back, I'm surprised there's not a video of the whole thing. I don't know if the gear was handed back, if he had an escort and the escort, like, he went down, then the escort chased off the gankers. I've no idea how it went down. But I can't believe some people didn't get away with some 83.
I can't
83
believe that
masterpiece.
he says that this was all just given back. I don't believe it. I find it hard to believe. Yeah. Oh, stat padding? You think this was stat padding, guys? Is that the call from chat today?
Nah, you don't stat pad with that stuff. You don't stat pad 83 masterpieces. Like
no, you do. You really want to get
flat,
that
83
15.
flat. No, but 83 flat is fine. I don't think masterpiece even gives more fame, Shozen. Does you know if it gives more fame, Bogle, when you die? Oh no, Bogle doesn't leave town. He doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know when you get fame.
So you don't give any fame when you're stood at the back.
You get more fame when you make a masterpiece bag, right, Bogle?
No.
See, then you probably don't get more fame when you kill one.
So if you're stat padding, you just use flat A3. You don't use the masterpiece. Studying a masterpiece, I believe, does give a little bit more fame, though. Interestingly.
Oh, okay. So that's the only way to get more fame from a masterpiece? Because we got a number of people saying no, it doesn't give more fame.
I didn't think it did for kill fame, which is why the Error 404. They always use the 4-1 masterpiece or whatever to preserve the KD ratio. Hajime is notorious for that. Like rocks up in the cheapest gear possible to not give any kill fame to his enemies. It's quite funny, to be fair. Like if you can get away with GVGing in 4-1 and still be competitive, why wouldn't you? They do run strats that are cheesier than a cheese factory in Switzerland.
Oh, you're talking about that double healing comp?
Yeah, the double healing with the, just like stacked full of defensives, guardian boots, night boots that never leave the fight comp. Like
the black hands.
If you grab the caps first, you win. If they grab the caps first, you lose.
Yeah,
is the general consensus with that. Unless you do have one of those comps, like the double sword bursty comp is pretty good there, because that could just blast someone off the face of the planet. But it's a valid comp. It wins matches. So despite my own personal taste for it, I mean, I don't dislike it inherently. I dislike it because it makes for less fun matches.
Well, it does make for a very long cast too. I think it's because you remember the days of the Meta Moose and having to cast for 25 minutes in a row on one match, then the next match, then the next
casting
match,
then
the next match. Oh,
casting it. Try playing against it, mate. Try playing against it. This is the thing. The times we beat it, we absolutely demolished them in like 5-6 minutes because they didn't get a foothold. The times where they get the caps first and just grind it out, like I missed my daughter's graduation last time I played Hajime.
Oh my God.
She was 5 when I started the match. That's how bad it is.
It's terrible. It's terrible. How they managed to make time go by so slowly during a 15-minute long, or was it 25-minute long match? The cap on these things, and somehow still,
but it's like
13 years go by.
It got to the point. No, I like joking aside. It got to the point 10 minutes into the match where we all just stopped talking. We just weren't talking anymore because there was nothing to talk about. But yeah, once you see the names down, you know them. It's like we just demolished them. It's just easy now.
Well, I'm glad that somebody's figured out how to beat double healers.
I don't think it works against decent teams anymore. Like I think they know how to play into it.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right.
But it's still a valid strat. I want to see more of that. I would like to see a replay actually on that pike kill from the first one. Like I said about these opening. I don't want to call them cheese strats, but like surprise strats. I would call it like the pike was good. I've seen teams doing like a Grove Keeper opening. Again, the better the team you're facing, the less chance it is to get it done. But the one-shot pike is insane damage, and particularly for these healers that can't get out of there, they effectively have to blink before the Demon Helm takes hold. If they can, then they're okay. If they don't get that blink off before the Demon Helm sets in, they just die. It's like you stand there silenced in lava, rooted by the pike, and the rest of the melee DPS bearing down on you. As a healer, you're just like, guess I'll die. Because healers can't run Ice Block right now, because, I mean, healers should never run Ice Block full stop, unless there's another healer to take the slack. But they are very limited on defensives. The only reason they're not targeted so much is because it gives range DPS free fire on your frontliners. You need your tank to save your butt.
You need other people, like we're hearing from Laugh-Met. Even if you blink out as a healer, you need somebody else to peel for you. You need help.
Getting out of the lava though is a big deal. Getting out of the lava takes a
oh,
lot
not
of the pressure
standing.
off. You're still
standing in the red?
if you can blink out the lava, that helps a lot. You still will need some support for sure.
Yeah, don't stand in the red. It will make it better for your teammates.
But yeah, you gotta be careful for this stuff. And I definitely think people have been plotting some surprise stuff. I think tomorrow we're gonna see some crazy opening, because we saw what it can do. That one cheeky little strat resets the fight, sends them to 10, gets you the high ground, and they were down to 50 points before, they were at 100 points, the enemy team, before the fight started properly. The only thing was the Pyke died, and I have a funny feeling he would have died with his curse set in his bag as well, because you come out with the surprise build, but you're ready to switch to your main build in the fight. Like, you get the snipe, you send them back, but you don't want to be running to your tent then and lose your advantage. So he probably lost 2 sets for that, but they ended up winning the match, so why not?
Great comment from chat. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
I mean, depending on your comp, the high ground is super good. There is comps though that are better off pushing down and playing in the open. Like there's stuff where you sometimes actually don't want to fight in that high ground.
Okay.
Because it kind of is a little bit condensed in a big AoE fight.
Lewpac, I think I have to pull yet another raffle.
You love a raffle. We love raffles here on Albion TV. Chat loves raffles. You love raffles. What's not to like? Free stuff for everybody.
Oh, and somebody's asking me who I think has the advantage in this tournament, and that's pretty easy. I think that's the Kargera, Derek, Rabane's, Sorab match right now. Those guys have it pretty much. Bodeville, that's the top team to me.
But in a best of one, I wouldn't count out anything, because
anybody can beat them. We've seen them
been very rock
lose
paper
before.
Yeah, and it's a really well-timed purge, or good counterplay. You can definitely punish the aggression of that team. Like if Boda's forceful swinged, Derek doesn't get his cleric robe off, suddenly they're not so scary, and suddenly they're very vulnerable because they play so aggressively. I think at this level, at level 8 and level 9, you're not going to have any teams that are playing scared. Like, you're not going to have teams that are panicking because someone runs at them. They're not going to go, oh my god, it's Kargera. Everyone is going to be ready to fight. Everybody at this level is experienced and competent 5v5 players, and it's going to be absolutely wild. I can't wait for tomorrow's show. But we're not even there yet. We've still got another match to check out here. We're going to be seeing a few more people try to qualify for the end of season action. But yeah, it's exciting times. I look forward to season 9, and don't forget, you will still be able to do some Crystal League in between seasons. And in fact, because there's no season points involved, the rewards go up for crystals in the off season. They're worth a bit more.
Interesting. More rewards in the off season, you say?
I think the silver rewards are slightly higher, I believe, in the off season. The only thing with off season currently, I have put in a complaint about it, but currently the matches are at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and 3 p.m. And likewise, they're at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m., which is where you're sort of sitting around twiddling your thumbs for the 45 minutes in between. I hope they do similar to what they're doing for next season. Oh, the other thing is we won't have the hour between matches in season 9 as well.
No, we won't. It'll be a half hour. Yeah, so they won't have to wait around while we do this banter for 45 minutes and try to find some way to fill the time. We'll barely have enough time to go from one match to the next before getting ready to go into the next match. It'd be great.
It depends as well, though. Like when we have drama, betrayal, e-dating, like good matches updates, to talk about,
so much new
stuff
changes.
like that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It doesn't feel like you're trying to fill. I feel like the conversation naturally flows, especially when you got someone like Bogle just chatting constantly. It's just like,
I mean, does he ever give us any space to
be
even breathe?
nice if we could get a word in, Shozen.
I mean, I would just like to hear my own voice sometime.
You just keep talking. It's fine.
Thank you, Bogle. Thank you.
You're doing fine, guys.
You keep making
So we're getting an
bags.
option. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you giving us just a moment to get in edgewise.
The boss has spoken. Bogle said no. Season over. Bogle says no. All right, who we got? We got some people in the queue. Hopefully, we got.
Yeah,
some
we have
fights coming
3
up.
already queued up. We have Derek and his team, of course. We have Cabby God and Theus RS, Tommy Doidia Dow, Lee Hori, and Yonderex, I think, is the other member of that team. Then we have Noob Slayer's team and Silk, who we've seen a number of times, Earth Infusion, those guys. Another Final Order team. So I imagine we'll be seeing a few more hop in the next few minutes, as we still have 5 minutes for the teams to queue up and get into this. But we'll be watching anybody but Derek, as he is available on another stream, and we're probably going to watch him during the finals. So
Yeah, they're definitely a team that's in contention. I'm actually, I'd love to organize like a little unofficial scrim thing, because I don't know how many teams are going to reach level 9. Potentially, we're going to have 4 to 5 level 9 matches. So that's a lot of content, really. We might even have to do like if we're watching one of them live, we might have to do like another show where we watch all of the ones that we didn't see live, if we can get recordings of them all. That is. I'm sure most of them will be recorded.
yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to that guy that you posted, I guess.
Nope. One of them is for Robin. The other one is for us. We're taking Noob Slayer. Yonderex is for
We're taking Yonder. Okay. That Noob Slayer team.
Yonder is for Robin. Noob Slayer.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get this one way or another.
Noob Slayer's team is pretty good. I've watched these guys. They're pretty competent. Shout out, by the way. There's a team, the Guild Native. I've been fighting them a little bit this week in my crystals. First time I fought them, like, I got a beating like I've never got in a while. Like every GVG I've lost with my new team with Bob, like every GVG I've lost has been winnable, and we've lost on our own mistakes, right? You know, we could spot where we lost, we could spot the mistakes we made, and it was
you go
close.
watch the replay. You know what you did wrong, and you can fix that up.
The first time I faced those native guys, we just got removed. We just got annihilated off the face of the planet. Like, you were just sitting there afterwards, like, what on earth just happened? Like, it was just like everyone was taking so much damage. It was just absolutely crazy. But the future ones, we haven't beaten them yet, but the future ones are, looking better, hopefully. But they're a really good team. I don't know if they're up there in the crystals. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see if they're going to be competing in level 8. I hope so, because they're definitely a team I've been watching a lot of. They're really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see them go on further into the tournament. Maybe we can watch them here live on stream.
Noob Slayer's our tank. I believe he's going to be running an Ironclad or a Quarterstaff to begin with. Looks like we've got Sarani on the Frost. Slick plays the Crossbow. Earth Infusion's playing the Spammer Jammer healer build with the Druid Robe, Royal Cow. Raubit is going to be a Carving Sword, I believe. So we'll see how they do.
Let's hope they don't go against the other team we are recording. We do have a bunch in here now. We have 5 teams signed up.
Okay, which one are we recording? Well, we can always swap if they are.
If it's the other one that we have in there, the Yonderex. Yonderex, Kabigod, Theus. So if we see those guys, we have to hop to another one. I'm not going to make Robin switch because he's recording.
Now, don't forget as well the IPs in these. If you're used to doing the 1 to 3s, you're looking at 900, 1K, 1100 IPs. The IP we're up to now for level 7s is 1500. Tomorrow, it's 16 at level 8 and 1700 at level 9. So pretty much 8-2 maxed out. 8-2 excellent maxed out is where you want to be, minimum. There will be people with 8-3 as well. But here we might even see decent stuff. Most of these guys are going to have really good specs, though, so they could probably get by with 8-1.
All right. Any second now, they're going to be heading into their match, and we'll watch this go down. I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully, we'll watch them get a match. We don't want them to get a big.
Oh yeah, there are a few no-shows in the queue here, so we do have a few ready to go just in case.
We've just got to wait till they get their match and follow them in. No, they got a no-show, so we need to go to someone else.
I Tame Bears.
I Tame Bears. Happy days. Free level 8 token. I mean, these guys all want to fight. Everybody wants to fight, but are you ever going to turn down a free level 8? Who knows? So it's World Rage, Zerfax, I Tame Bears, Arthora, and Tamishi. Bit of a mixed team. Again, when I see a bunch of ungildeds right now, I'm thinking, were these guys in Aggressor 2 days ago? Before Mojo said, bad Aggressor.
Probably.
Please don't steal from Sex of X and make them cry.
Okay,
Final
now
order. They've got the Kargera match.
Oh,
it's a nice two-man perma to open, and they got Crisis.
Oh, Crisis is oh, wow. He almost got eliminated there. He got some saving heals.
It was a big opener, and the Demon Cape from I Tame Bears, I think, was very unexpected there. That 6-3 Demon Cape did a ton of damage. Crisis nearly got Demon Helmed out of it. Now it's going to be the route onto a Bane. There goes the Carbon Sword, the combo, and this is not a team we often see on the back foot. They are not in a good state right now. They did that Demon, they didn't expect that, and they will be lucky to get everybody out of this. There's the save onto Crisis. They might look for a turn here.
Now is when you look for one right now, but the entire other team has full health. They have full health.
And the Demon Cape's cooldown in 15 as well. So let's have a look if they can go in there. Oh, nice stun run into the Pierce. Giant Steps comes out, and now Boda's looking to get the pressure out. Permafrost on the choke, going to do a little bit of damage, but they just need to hold their ground here. They do have the cap, so Final Order are going to go out for the cap, and the charge is going to come down. It's double swords front line, carving Claymore in on Rebane. There's the silence on Rebane. Rebane's stuck in there. Poison.
He's done.
Claymore charge.
Oh, wow.
Going down. What a combo, and that was very, very nicely executed.
This is my pick for the winners of the tournament here, getting a lot of pressure early in this match.
This will be critical. They might kill Kargera here with no healer. They will, yeah. So that's some juicy gear coming their way. And now is where the team shows their real mettle. What do they switch up here? Rebane is going to get dived like that every time. The Demon Cape, Demon Helm combo, followed by Claymore Charge, Fearless Strike. It's going to be, that's going to be really tough to play against. Protection of Nature could be okay, but there's probably a Purge in the mix somewhere. They've got to switch something up, though, because clearly it's not working. Bears is actually very late to this fight, and it might create some space for Final Order. There goes the Perma. Boda's going to go in. Protection of Nature. Nature is being used. Rebane charging up. They're looking for the dive. Goes in. I Tame Bears. They can't get to him, though, this time. He's playing a lot deeper, and the slows. The double slows is their answer here. They finally...
But Crisis is getting so much pressure there.
He got sacrificed. He is going to get out of this. He's tanking through it. No, he's not.
Is he going to get through that?
That Claymore just took 40% off of him from the Mortal Agony combo.
Kargera is now the target here, getting full pressure. Bodaville as well. Split pressure. Bodaville now the target. He's getting nice heals. Kargera is their swap target.
They got this, not an Ironclad, so they can actually play close to the tower. Kargera does play Bop on Helm, though, which could
World
cause
Rage goes in
problems.
very deep on Kargera there. I mean, yeah, but you got to keep your eye out for the swap.
There's no way. We are not going to see Kargera's boys demolished 150-0. We saw them...
I don't think so.
I don't want to spoil Lex. We've got that recording, actually. No, I think they're going to get one cap hit. Again, the Perma on 3. The Zerfax is not, a lot of Frosts, you'll see Sorab hold his Perma and look for that defensive. There's the combo onto Rebane. Once again, the silence. Doesn't have the cleanse. No one can heal him. He's just dying to Demon Helm.
Just getting
and his team's just not recovering. Crisis is just dead as well. I think the stun, the lava.
Totally.
There's one blink. Does
one
he have
blink? Where's this? No second blink available.
This is wow.
This is not what we expected, and this is good. I mean, it's good because it's so unexpected, right? I would feel bad if this was happening to somebody else. And I'm a fan of the team. I'm a fan of the team that's losing. They're the team I expect to run away with this, to take the level 9, to win it, to go home with the big prize. They need a level 9 victory in order to get themselves into Crystal. Oof. This is not what anybody expected to see. This is a brutal ass weapon.
Kargera's switched up a little bit. I think he's going to try and use the Ironclad to alleviate some of that pressure because it is a very melee-heavy comp.
Itame Bear is getting very heavy pressure in the back line. But Rebane is already dead. Like, I thought they had a solution to this. I was like, okay, go after Bears, put the pressure on him, make it difficult. But this is the 3rd time in a row he's just toasted, whopped up on, and now Bodeville's going home too on the cart. This is some heavy death and taxes for the boys from Money Guild. They are donating. I wouldn't be surprised if they call it a game and just leave.
I mean,
holy sh!
Honestly, like, look at Bears' build, right? It is so greedy as a tank.
Bogle, pop an eye up on here for everybody to see it right away before the rotation comes through.
If the fight lasts more than that opening engage, they probably lose because their tank's build is so greedy.
Yeah, like, the Demon Helm is not what you would normally expect to see on a tank. I'm
surprised he's not running Taunt, to be honest. The way they're playing this, I wouldn't have been surprised to see him playing Taunt. But they are absolutely wiping the floor with some of the best GVGers the game has ever seen. These guys are running through them like it was a level 1 pug.
I've never seen it. Like, I've never seen these guys get handled like this before by anyone.
It's a 4-man perma.
Crisis just ate up the heal. He just ate up the sacrifice.
Actually got out the lava this time. Nice use of the permafrost and Crisis.
But Rebane dead again.
Just dead.
And Derek's going to join him here.
He was running a Robe of Purity and he never got it off. I mean, we talked about dive comps earlier. This is a dive comp where the tank gets to join the party as well. Like, as a DP.
Oh, this is gross. This is brutal.
Done. This is over. Rabane's died 5 times, I think.
Is that all he brought? I mean, we're not going to go. We're recording the other one. I'd hate to, like, we might have to just go to the other one anyway, because if this one is over in
if it's closer, I think we should.
Yeah, if like there's a 6-minute match here, I'm gonna go and show the other one, even if we have a recording of. Like, this is ridiculous.
Rabane has a set.
Okay, he's out.
He's
got one more time.
Back to the Druid nature, but
that's not going to save him any. I don't see a way.
Kargera's got to stop them getting through. This is the thing.
Protection from nature? Protection of nature? I don't know.
They might be finding something here. Crisis is alive. Oh, Crisis
no, he's not.
Is no longer alive. Arthur is just kiting around with the sword, and Derek's going to get melted potentially here. He's stuck in the lava. The shards coming down. This is over now. This is now 100% over. Rabane's actually going to survive.
It's going to be 5 points here in a second, and there's nothing they can do.
Oh!
There they go. Well, they can do that. They can do that. They can go ahead and get a tent kill.
They get
There
one.
they go. They get one.
Is there any more that they can do here? Oh, he's got Separator. He doesn't have Ironclad.
No, he's just, yeah.
It's a 1-pointer, but I mean, that's a shame. Hopefully he didn't have too much loot.
Wow.
But this was...
Oh, man, just unexpected. Holy cow.
Wild.
All right, I'm going to get us some names for the next one. I don't know who the tank is in the Sex with X team over there. Is it Lee Hori?
Oh, wow, the trash talk is coming out from World Rage. Yeah. Holy moly. Why are you guys tilted? Stop blaming each other.
Oh, God, that's so mean.
I mean, you can see why Sex with X was scared about these teams joining Aggressor.
Yeah.
Oh, Surfax got picked up. Arthur trash talking. Everybody.
Oh, we've got a comeback in the works over here. If you hop on Theus RS, he's the tank for the next match that we're going to be watching. It's still underway. It's 55 to 80. 55 with 3 caps. 80 on the red team here. Fatneck's getting pressured heavily in the corner. Gets out the big heals. They bounce him around a little bit. Doesn't do a whole lot because he's healing people who are full health. That's not the way you want to use it. You want to use it on the people who are low. But Fatnex is about to be pressured again, and he's already deleted before he even gets a chance to get out of there and relieve some pressure. We've got a double healer comp out here today.
He got some good damage.
Yeah, that's a double healer comp out here today. Ooh, righty.
This and the gang have the 3
maybe
cap
I'm wrong.
as well,
Maybe
so they
Fatneck was not a
can.
healer. I'm sorry, I saw it wrong. I don't think Fatnex was the healer.
They can grind it out here. Oh, Sonny with the reflect trying to do this. Sex with X now having a kite back because they do have the curse stacks. They got control of the caps as well, so they can play this one nice and cautious as they look to turn it around. It's going to be 20 points. Fatneck steps up. He's going to get shut down though. There's the Purity, but it's not helping him at all. Purity gives no resistance.
Step down
he only just got back to the fight.
Barely. Did he get back?
What is it?
Did he come back, or did he just, or did somebody resurrect him because he died again so fast? Wow, Sex with X gets another kill here on Leap.
Bow crossbow. If the bow has stacks, bow crossbow is one of the most punishing.
Brutal. You have to.
Thea's got too much loot.
You have to shut that down. Theus, don't do it. Don't overload. Oh, what is he trashing now?
No, it was the separator slow. It was okay. He wasn't overloaded, I don't think.
All right, you make me scared there. You make me scared.
Is this going to be a 20 point? I don't think it's going to be a 20 point. They might be looking for Nugent here.
Are they not going to? Where's the point that they're going to get?
They're going to go north.
What are they going to get in 10 seconds?
Sex of X are going to be late, so they're going to lose the 20 here, but they will be up the choke. They're not going to be stopped up the choke. And now Yonder actually eating an artillery early.
They're going to eat that 20.
Oh, no, that Black Monk on the choke and the strip. This is actually a lot better, but Sonny goes through. The poison comes out from Theus. Again, another tank playing poisons. You really got to punish these greedy tanks. He does have a Mark Lock, but if you purge that or you put it on cooldown, he is in big trouble. They're going in on Fatnex. Fatnex's Purity was doing some work there. He switches to Bond 3-3. Bond 3-3 pops the Mage Armor. Now Liet coming in with the Spammer Jammer heals. Trying to get everybody back on road. Yonder is having a blink out. Too much fire pressure, but Sonny now gets bombed. Good parry onto the bombs. Timing's there. Area of Decay goes down. The root on the choke. 1-3-3 forced into the ice block. Yonder X still playing deep. Now Tommy steps up with the crossbow. Theus caught out now. Half health, and again, he doesn't have those resist pots. His cape is off cooldown. It's going to proc very, very soon, and we'll keep him alive for a little bit longer. If they purge that cape, he's in trouble. Down goes the Mark Lock as well. Heals are coming. But Liet gets the Celestial Sphere off. No interrupt here. Fatnex can't find an opening. And now the curse is starting to value them, but they lose that 20-point rotation. That interrupt from Theus was so good. And that means that they're going to be on a 50-second or 40-second timer now. And I don't think this native team is going to be able to do it. They're just not going to be able to find a way through here. And it's going to be Fatnex potentially dying after the ice block. The spam comes down from the healing. Remember, the upcoming ice block change is very interesting. Bond 3-3, one more hit's going to do it. The heals. Oh, my word. The flash heals. Flash heals for days are going to keep the man alive. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough in this GVG. They are going to lose this one with 55 points remaining on the Sex of X team. Here we see Sonny maybe looking for a consolation kill on the way out. And it's actually him that gets taken down. To add insult to injury, they try to grab his loot, but 7 seconds. They want to make sure nobody else dies right now. Cabby, he's melting quite hard. Manages to step out of the lava. Fatnex, one more hit's going to do it, but he's going to survive in the nick of time. He gets out of there. He didn't want to lose another Purity on the way out. That would always hurt. And we see another level 8 token collected, which for these guys, I believe is just a bunch of silver. I think they've already got their token, and they'll just get a bunch of silver. And that'll be the end. Very nicely done.
Wow, that was a quick one.
Was there only the 2 matches?
There was only the 2 matches. And we recorded the other one. The one that we just finished watching was the one that we had planned on recording. So yeah, we just ate through all the content we have for this afternoon pretty quick.
That's fine.
So you know what that means.
We're going to have plenty of content for tomorrow. We're going to have some top level teams fighting it out. Wow, just find a guy in full 8-3 Masterpiece in town, ready for some HCE action.
So apparently, Sex with X had a massive comeback on that. They were getting smoked in the beginning of that match.
I think if it went to that time, 13 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the longest GVG, but that definitely means it was a bit back and forth. Obviously, they only had 55 points. Looks like they got 3 capped early and ground a few points out, but then once they took control of it, they just didn't seem to be any problems. They didn't have the problems that we saw before, but the real interesting thing is Derek's team just getting smoked. I'm actually going to load up Derek's stream just to see that from the POV.
Oh my God. Do you think that's even going to be there, or is he going to delete that one because he doesn't want anybody hearing how he's screaming on that one?
No, I don't think he would, because that'll probably be his most viewed VOD of the month.
Probably, yeah. Honestly, that VOD is going to get like 3K views. That's going to be, people want to see that. I mean, that's the problem when you're somebody who's, I was actually talking about this with him, a while ago when he first started streaming. It's like, it's not like winning you don't get anything for anymore. Like, people just start to expect you to win. Like, I expected him to win. I expect him to just roll through. And what people actually get excited about is when you lose. And that's when people will start talking to you. And that's when you get all the views and all that shit happens.
Being an Albion streamer is like, it's the worst of the worst, right? Because when you're dominating, like you've got like your fans and your followers, right? And they're there whether you're winning or losing. So it's all happy vibes, right? When you're dominating, your enemies are nowhere to be seen in your chat, right? Your enemies are sitting in their Discord whimpering, right? The second somebody stomps you, every single one of them is straight in your chat, and you have to just adjust to that life. And it is like, you can guarantee everyone was in like, get wrecked, Derek. The second this fight was going south, they were all like, oh my God. In game, those guys, they were spamming all sorts at them. They were like, the other team was trash talking hard.
I didn't have it open. I wasn't seeing the trash talk. That's one of the times I really wish I had it and got to see that, because I can only imagine his teams have been so dominant in the history of our 5v5 scene. Cargera was known as the meta. He was known as it. That was, you all tried to measure up to this guy's standard of play, and to see him just dominated like that, him and Derek and Bodeville, and that's just not, I mean, that doesn't happen unless Sam Hexo is on the team.
That was one of the greediest GVG tank builds I've seen, but when the fights are over in 5 seconds, you don't ever get punished for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, no resist pot, no Martlock, Hunter boots. It's wild. Like, I am genuinely surprised he wasn't running Taunt on the GVG armor. Like, it's just for extra banter. But yeah, like, you got to feel for Rebane, because it's like,
one of the best healers in the game.
Just getting
one of the most accomplished healers
every
in the
time.
Yeah.
Like, if you run cleanse, your team's going to get outvalued because you can't, you're not keeping stacks up. It's just a horrible situation for the healer. I think the answer was Cargera needed to stick to whoever was getting dove and try and counter, and he did that to an extent. But I think the Ironclad might have worked better than Separator, because Separator still leaves 1 DPS on there, and if the Claymore gets knocked away or the Carving gets knocked away, they just dash in. Whereas, if you're constantly knocking them away with the Hurricane, I don't know. Like, those guys would know better than I would how to counter that, and I'm sure they'll be having a discussion about it as we speak. But that is not a good feeling. No. As they get ready for the finals tomorrow.
Well, do you think they're going to give it another go later tonight?
I don't know if you stay up till 5 a.m. on the day of finals.
Probably, I wouldn't want to do that. I would probably try to get these guys a good night of sleep.
But a good night's sleep and wake up tomorrow for.
If these guys roll against each other in the next round,
this is Albion Online, and nobody has to work. Nobody has to work because
we're all locked inside the house, and none of us are essential. Like,
it's all good. Like, no one has to go anywhere.
None of us can get haircuts. Look at this.
Like, midday CTAs are cluster queued because everybody's at home just playing. My wife had to shave my head. It's all gone crazy. Mate, it's all gone completely crazy. But
I'm gonna have to shave my own head. I mean,
it's getting wild, Shozen.
Yeah, it's getting a little bushy up there. All right, I would really love to see these two teams run into each other again tomorrow. I think that would be awesome. This is not going to be like decided.
It's not the last of it.
No, we have to see this again. But with the way that this is set up, there's a really small chance that we'll get them again. Like, maybe 25% chance, probably less than that.
Yeah, this is why I'd love
match up again.
I'd love level 9 to become a knockout.
Just keep going. Yeah. Just keep going, and every
I
round
think
you just get another
like level 9 should be like entry to a knockout tournament. It shouldn't just be a match, and then it's.
I think that'd be awesome.
So we get the season winner And the season winner should get a steak dinner paid for by Robin Hankes.
So
Or we could do prize money. We could Albion Esports could be real.
Prize gold. Prize gold.
Gold.
Prize
Okay.
Gold. We're giving out gold.
Okay.
Albion is we're staying out of the prize money for now, at least as far as I can understand. But let's give everybody a shout out about what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and then we'll head out of here because it's been a very long evening for our casters, and we need to get everybody
go to bed and get ready. Rest the
for
voice
tomorrow.
for
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at 19 UTC we'll be here, and 20 UTC for the finals. This is going to be amazing. I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. We're going to be a little bit early tomorrow's show. We're going to be announcing all the stuff that we saw tonight. Heck, we might even show a match because this last one that we saw, this Derek match, I kind of want to watch it again. I'll put it on the background on Tuesday when we come back. I don't know. This was some exciting stuff, but we're going to get out of here. And I just heard some interesting news that King Mojo is going to be streaming again. He's starting up his streaming career for the 3rd time. So we're going to give him a little bit of promotion and give him a raid and head over there. And hopefully he'll have some commentary on some of the matches that we've just seen over the last few hours. So thank you guys for watching.
Mojo's stream is my favorite day of the year.
It's true. It's a good stream. All right, let's see if we can keep it going this season and go for a new record with 3 days in a row. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow at about 19 UTC tomorrow. So,
good night, everybody.
Peace. We're out.
Thank you for watching. See you soon.